Donald Trump, when he was elected, said he might reconsider torture after President Obama said he was putting it to bed. What did you make of that? And what do you make of him?
Well, Donald Trump is from the administration of Bush, and Bush's administration include people like Alberto Gonzales and others, Bybee, had those famous torture memos and said that for something to constitute torture, unless it's organ failure or death, it's not torture. So what you had is the most powerful law enforcement, legal advisors to the American government redefining the meaning of torture. At least they wouldn't say that we torture, right? That's the Bush administration. Obama said the effects of torture brought us to ISIS. Trump says, I would torture, I believe torture works, I would waterboard and a lot more. Guantanamo is good, I'm going to fill it up with some bad dudes. That's what happens when you don't set a precedent of prosecutions for anybody who's involved in torture, which in this context is a war crime.
What's Trump going to do? In some weird way, is he going to be an ally of yours?
No, I don't think so. I think what Trump has done is given us things to say which perhaps was more difficult under Obama. Obama at least gave the notion, the sense that America has an intelligent leader who at least understands things even if he's not going to implement them all. He was a constitutional lawyer. He understood the law. He never called the prisoners in Guantanamo innocent, which I accuse him of, because as a lawyer, that's what exactly their legal status is. Trump said it straight. I believe in Guantanamo. I believe in torture. I wonder if a leader of some sub-Saharan African country said the same thing with American prisoners in his dungeons and said, I believe torture works for these guys who we suspect. I wonder what the world would say. So we're in a dangerous place, I think, with him. I have to say, I laugh often about Trump, as most people probably would, but say what you want. The American people elected him. He is the choice of the American people. There's no getting around that. And if that's 2017's answer to democracy, then we're effed.
And yet his Secretary of Defense, Mad Dog Maddox, says torture's not the way forward. He openly disagrees with him.
Yeah, but
what do you make of that?
President says one thing, Defense Secretary says something else. Who do you believe? Is there a discrepancy here? I don't know. The proof will be in the pudding. The proof will be in the action. We've documented cases, even under Trump, where torture is happening, where extrajudicial drone strikes are taking place, killing children. So it's business as usual, I think, in many ways. Trump spoke in the past about pulling troops out of Iraq and so forth, but I think the reality is that America has entangled itself into a kind of a war that it can't even extricate itself from. You can't get out. You're therefore, until, as I said, somebody comes along and said, okay, it's time to put your hands up and turn the page.
Future of Guantanamo Bay. I mean, Bush is the one that got a lot of people out of there. Obama said he was going to close it down, never did. What's your read on that whole thing?
Trump has spoken about sending ISIS prisoners there. I think I don't know if America's ready to send more prisoners to Guantanamo. If it's a decision of Trump, there'll probably be an equal amount of people who support him and an equal amount of people who don't, not because they care any more or less about Guantanamo, it's just how America looks. America's beginning to look like a laughingstock in the rest of the world under Trump. I remember we used to laugh at Bush and the Bush-isms, but Trump makes Bush look intelligent. And so that's where we are right now. And if people understand the damage that's happening because people want to say what they feel and feel what they say, and Trump's the embodiment of that, then there's a price to pay internationally. And I think people are waking up to that.
Continue watching this fascinating conversation for free by clicking on the link below to visit our website, learn from the best minds in the world, and connect with a community of passionate people building the best versions of themselves. Just click on the link below, and I'll see you on the inside.